Welcome back. This is about as close to an unboxing video as we're going to get. I did have to inspect this at the FFL and I just walked through the door about 5 minutes ago. This is the Tisas 1911 A1 Service 45 ACP pistol. Service is the key word here. I was looking around for, let me look up the model number. It's the Tisas Zig M1911A1. So I was looking these up and I came on this website and the price was just phenomenal. But in the picture, it had the Commander hammer and the flat mainspring housing. And I thought, oh, maybe they just used a stock picture and this is the wrong model. Well, it turns out this is the correct model for what I ordered, but it is $100 cheaper than at the time that I bought this, is $100 cheaper than the Tisas Zig M1911A1, although this one is called the Tisas 1911A1 Service. So there's your key word there. So a couple things odd about it. It's not really an A1 because it does not have the arched mainspring housing. It does have the short trigger, and it actually does not have the GI thumb safety. This is a later Colt production thumb safety. The original GI had a little nub here, and after the GI orders were fulfilled and Colt was in production on their own, they decided they'd save a machining step and just make this little bit longer thumb safety, which I am fine with. I do prefer the shorter GI one, and I actually do prefer the arched mainspring housing. But for the price I got this for, I am not complaining. The sights on this are actually a little bit nicer than your average GI, and it doesn't have the little rounded Humpty Hump front sight. So there's some improvements in the sight. Commander hammer, I don't know if that's an improvement or not. I'm so used to spur hammers, but I think this will help with hammer bite because I usually get bitten pretty badly. Again, I'm missing the arched mainspring housing. I wish they would have included that, but I do have one. Another thing that apparently the 1911A1 GI type does still have the port lowered a little bit, but this one also has flaring on it. So overall, this is kind of an improvement over the regular A1 type GI. The only gripe I really have is the arched mainspring housing. It's not an A1 without the arched mainspring housing. It's really not an A1 with the hammer and safety and the improved sights and the flaring and the lowered port, but I am not complaining. This thing is really nice. Fit and finish on this is gorgeous. I haven't taken it apart. I just pulled it out of the box. The A1, let me go back to the model number. The Tisas Zig M1911A1, I do believe only comes with a single 7-round magazine. This particular one came with 2. I do believe these are Metgar, but they're actually kind of a ripoff of the Wilson type magazine pad. I do believe these are both 8-round, but 2 magazines for $100 less than the GI. Also came with an extra set of grips. These grips aren't the best. I do have some wood grips, and I do have some rubberized brown GI ones. I don't recall where I got those from, but those may go on it. It does look like we got a takedown wrench. I have never used one in my life, but it's here in the case if we need it. Also comes with looks like a watertight case with a little bit of paperwork, and it also has the brush and patch rod. There's some more paperwork under there. If I remove the foam to look at that. That'll probably be the first and last time. It does come with a cheapy trigger lock. That's about it. That Cerakote finish versus Parkerized. I did really want a GI style 1911, and for me this really fits the bill. I'm not a super stickler on 100% authenticity, although I do like that arched mainspring housing, and I do like a lanyard loop because I just think that makes them look cooler. But I have one in the parts drawer, so that's going to get put on here fairly quickly. Other than that, the Cerakote on this is gorgeous. It looks a little bit nicer than a Parkerized finish. Overall, very happy. We'll get this out to the range. I think I even have a long trigger. I prefer arch mainspring housings and long triggers, but this trigger is actually pretty nice, so I may shoot it and see how I like it. I may shoot it without replacing the mainspring housing just for the fun of it. I do plan to get a Wilson spring kit for it. I do that with all 1911s, no matter who manufactures them. I just know that those springs are quality. I think Wolf makes some also. Those are the big dogs in the replacement spring game. So Wilson or Wolf, I just do that for peace of mind, and then I keep the other springs in the case just in case I ever need them. But again, this is let me go back here. This is the 1911 A1 Service. Now, Service is what differentiated this from the regular A1. I do really like this. I believe they have a commander length tanker model that has the commander hammer too, and I don't really know all the features. I was just kind of researching what the Tisas were, and I was hearing the good things about them. And again, I saw on the website this was $100 cheaper than the regular GI A1, so I just said, oh, let me just buy it. I may buy another. Thanks. Have a good day.